But the transfer daily is hotting up a little bit. The season is, I was going to say slowly, but quickly coming to the start of it. Benjamin Sesko agrees financial terms with not Newcastle but Manchester United. Cesko's chosen Manchester United over Newcastle, so their transfer woes continue. Man United bid €75 million and €10 million for the Slovenian forward, and Cesko has spoken about as Zlatan is his idol, and Zlatan played for United. I mean, he's clutching at straws there because he barely played for United, didn't he? Let's be honest. He played there for a couple of years at the end of his career, but again, Manchester United building, and they've had a pretty impressive pre-season as well.
Listen, a few people are criticising Cesko for saying, how could he turn down Newcastle United? Look where United were in the league. Look at Newcastle currently compared to Man United. But people have to understand that, especially if you're a foreign player, which Cesko is, to him, United will be right up there with the very top clubs in the world, alongside Real Madrid and people like that. So I think it's kind of obvious why he would want to go to United. I mean, they are still a massive, massive club. Going to get to wear that United shirt, play regular football. He's looking at it also. They've signed the likes of Cunha and Mbeumo. They've got a new manager, relatively new manager. So they're building. So there's that saviour complex, isn't it? I can go along to this big club and help to turn them around to become this massive force again. That's got to be hugely attractive.
I've heard
like
that
Cesko.
From a footballer, a very good footballer, I won't name him, that he wanted to go to United because he thought it'd be the difference.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all players have got an ego. That's exactly what they're going to think. They're going to think, right.
But that's good for Man United.
Oh, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Got to be good
absolutely.
For Man United.
I mean, and he's right in a way, isn't it? Because look, let's be honest, man. United have struggled to score goals. Højlund, yes, plenty of effort, plenty of endeavour. But what did he get? 4 goals last season? Cesko's going to be looking at that and his team and think, we can triple that easy with the service I'll get at United. So he's only 22. He's thinking, if I can go to Newcastle for a few years, I can establish myself as a big star.
Good move for United?
Oh, yeah, I think it's a very good move.
Not good enough for Arsenal, though.
Listen, we were heavily linked with Cesko, and listen, I'm pretty sure he's a good player, but I was always on the Gyökeres train, and the reason for that is that, for me, Gyökeres is the more prolific goal scorer. You look at the goal scoring records, you see that straight away. Not only that, I think it's a question of timing. So Cesko is 22 years old, so he has a high ceiling. He'll probably hit his prime, you were saying earlier,
26, 28.
27, 28.
Yeah.
With Arsenal, we can't afford to wait, man. We've been runners-up 3 years in a row. We need someone to hit the ground running now. Gyökeres, 27 years old, pretty much in his physical prime, scoring goals for fun. He's exactly what we needed. So us getting him is no shade against Cesko. In fact, I was saying to Robbie just before I come on here today that first game of the season, should Cesko go to United, that is going to be
fire,
yeah, because you've got literally Gyökeres going up against Cesko, Arsenal versus Man United, first game of the season.
Man United were after Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Arsenal apparently was after Cesko at one point.
Yeah.
They've swapped places. United are in talks with Belieber, says Joe Wright for £2 super chat. Watch this space.
He's a good player, by the way.
He is a very good player.
Yeah.
Players have rejected Newcastle, and this is how traumatic their transfer window has been. Trafford, Cunha, and Mbeumo, João Pedro, Ekitike, and Cesko will potentially miss out on Wissa next week.
I reckon they'll get Wissa.
Yeah, as we said, right? So Gyökeres against Cesko. So if Cesko does go to Arsenal, does go to Man United first game, could they shock Arsenal? And would you pick? I know you wouldn't, but let's ask the chat. Would you pick United for your final one standing? So there we go.
What I would say, though, all jokes aside, is that was always going to be a tough game. Them getting Cesko, if they get Cesko before that game, it just become even tougher. So
it's going to be intense anyway. They're never nailed on games.
No, in fact, we don't always win at United either. That's always a difficult.
You're back
game
in Arsenal this year, Laurie, against United, first game of the season.
Yeah, I am.
Where is it?
It's the first game's at United.
At United.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even consider it beyond the realms of possibility if that opening game is a draw, because it's the first game of the season. Neither team is going to want to lose. There's so much on it. Yeah, they're not quite up to speed yet. You know what I'm saying? So if we go there and win, that is a hell of a result. If we go there and draw, it's not the worst result in the world. And before people have a go at me and saying, "Oh, you're going to go out there and play for a draw," no, I'm just laying it bare. That you know what it's like. First game of the season, United are at home. They would have had 2, 3, 4 signings. They're not going to want to lose at home. They'll probably play a low block and try and defend.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
But listen, if Man United do end up winning that game, first game, it might propel them into a fantastic season. They need something. They need something.
Let's not talk about it.
That's for sure. Everton. Jack Grealish. I mean, I was watching the West Ham Everton game last week, and David Moyes. And Sally Griffin says, "Hello from Boston. Great show, guys. Does this mean Newcastle will target Nicholas Jackson or Ollie Watkins? I don't see Isaac sticking around for Newcastle." Well, they're going to have to get in somebody. They're going to have to get in somebody.
I quite like that Nicholas Jackson. Although I think either of those two, because Ollie Watkins is proven in the Premier League, I think he'd be good.
I think he'd be a very good player.
Yeah. But either, I think Jackson would do well. I think, you know what it is as well? I think